cooking vlog around. This is episode 69 or 8 or something like that, and we are going to do an awesome vegetarian meatloaf because remember that meat is expensive and so is snowboarding, and sometimes you gotta prioritize things. So we are going to use nuts and lentils and a bunch of other things. So what you need is 3/4 cup each of some kind of grain like quinoa or rice or something, and 3/4 cup of lentils, and a cup of nuts, any kind of nuts. You can mix around a bunch. I have sunflower seeds, walnuts, any kind. Pistachios if you're super rich and you got money coming out of your nose. And parsley or cilantro, 1 egg, soy sauce, onion and garlic, like all TGV episodes, and something to serve it with, like something random like cauliflower, I don't know. So the first thing you gotta do is you gotta cook the quinoa and the lentils or whatever other grain that you're using. So just put it in some water, enough to cover it and maybe go an inch above. It doesn't matter if you have to drain some out at the end. And put it on high. You can cook them both together because they're all going to be mixed around together anyway. And that will take about 20 minutes to half an hour. And in that time you can start the rest of the stuff. So you need to get out a shredder mabagua. We are going to use this for a few things over the course of this recipe, so keep it out. And the first thing we're going to do is measure out a cup total of all the nuts, and then we are going to grind them up using this. And also you want to get out a bowl. So yeah, just grind the nuts until they are in pieces. Here, I can show close up after I'm done. And so it should look a little bit like this. So it's not like a flour, but it's just kind of in pieces, and you're going to put that in the bowl. So now we are going to season the pan like we always do in the green beanie by putting some oil on and then rubbing it around with a paper towel, which I'll do in a second. And then cut up an onion and crush up some garlic like a boss. And once the pan is hot enough, you're going to put the onion on and cook it like a boss. But before you put your finely chopped onion in, you need to make sure that the stove is hot enough. You know it's hot enough when the onion starts crying and it's doom. Okay, that's good. So we are going to put the onions in.
Onions
and garlic after we crush it up.
Crush the garlic.
So you want to make sure that the onions and garlic don't burn in the pan, so you can just mix them around occasionally and wait until they are cooked, which will only take a few minutes. While this makes sure it doesn't explode or start emitting radiation. Just keep an eye on it. And once the onions and garlic are done, you want to turn off the stove and add it to your bowl of nuts and stuff like that. And then we are going to preheat the oven to 350 degrees. So once the lentils and the quinoa are soft, and it's been about 20 minutes on medium or so, you can turn it off. And then what we're going to do is we are going to blend them in here. By the way, this is the parsley or cilantro in there. So yeah, you can do it as much as your food processor will hold. I know that you can get bigger ones. And you want to drain out the water too. So you're going to blend all of it. And once it's blended, you can add it to the bowl with the rest of the stuff like a boss. So once you have finished blending, I guess, the last batch, then you're going to add it to the rest of the mix and then mix it around like it was something that needed a lot of mixing. Remember, imagine it was something that needed a lot of mixing. And before we are almost ready to put it in the oven, we have a few last ingredients to add. Just add a shake of oregano or oregano if you feel like saying like that. And maybe a tablespoon or so of soy sauce. And you're going to want to add 1 egg, but obviously you want to crack it first. You don't just want to put the whole egg in. That's to like keep it together so that it'll be photogenic when you serve it. And make sure you take all that with a pinch of salt. And then keep mixing it like it's something that needs a lot of mixing and make sure everything's evenly distributed. So we only have a few more things to do. We are going to grease this tray with spray oil or something. A bunch of stuff going everywhere. And rub it around. Make sure that it is greased well because this stuff tends to stick. But of course you don't have to use tons of oil. Just make sure that it covers everywhere. And then you're going to firmly press this into the pan. And there's a certain way you're going to do this. You're going to want to put this in, and you're not going to press it down on the bottom, since this is enough for 4 and this tray will make it too flat. And also it makes it easier to serve when you're serving it. So if you just do it like this and you want to fill it almost to the top, so it should be sticky enough to kind of be like this. Yep, so you're going to use something flat and kind of flatten it out. And once it's been compressed nicely like this, then you will cover it with foil. And then we're going to put it in the oven for 1 hour. Now you have 1 hour to kill. In that hour, let's do a Harlem Shake with the entire Green Beanie crew.
Con los terroristas.
The Harlem Shake.
And now that it's been an hour, your awesome loaf of awesomeness should be done. If it's not, then make sure that you turn the oven on, because everyone has those dirt moments where you don't turn things on. And then you will cut it into 4, because this does serve 4. And you see, because we left a gap in the tray thing, it's a lot easier when you come to serve it on the plates. And you want to be careful when you're serving it, because then you want to keep it in like a loaf, kind of like a slice. Otherwise it'll look like a pile of brown stuff on a plate. But if you're careful when you're serving it, let's get a plate, then it should look pretty gnar. Kind of like that. I could have even done a better job. And then you can serve it with your side dish. Make sure that you put like a piece of herb on top, because that makes it real boss. And yeah. And that was Green Beanie 68 for you. If you like that, then go ahead and subscribe to my channel to get a new video every week. And also check out my other channel where I do other videos and post other things like snowboarding videos. And I say that at the end of every single episode, so it's getting really boring now. So I should say something else interesting, like banana, monkey, pineapples. Okay, bye. Stay gnarly, stick around, bye.
Con los terroristas.
The Harlem Shake.